she getting?
Oh, geez, she was standing still. I thought it was paused.
So Amanda is demonstrating a circuit, and within that circuit, she's performing 6 sets of a 3-minute AMRAP. And inside of that AMRAP, she's going a 7 cal ski erg, 5 hang squat cleans at 85 pounds, and 3 ring muscle ups.
It's nice complementary activities. Contains the classic version of a cyclical piece with weights, with gymnastics. I love that. I also love the fact that it's really close together.
Yep.
Like it's in a nice little area. That leads into the power around circuit. Circuit is done as the, let's call it the second aspect. It's the truest starting point for mixed model. That's what circuit is.
Yep.
It teaches everyone how to do this thing, and then this thing, and then this thing, and then just do it like this over and over. And it allows the coach to then put in whatever amount of repetitions and things that are specific to the person, right? So someone who's, let's call it far and advanced for pacing could do more ski cal, more ring muscle up, heavier load and more cleans, and still make it pace for 5, 7, 12, 15 minutes and still call it circuit. Circuit's also my first template introduction for mixed modal practice. So when I learned it as an athlete and then was like, let's play with it with clients, I had done, of course, decade more of cyclical work. But putting circuits together was the magic formula that was different than what anyone was doing in the early 2000s, right? The circuit style.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that, you know, and as she went through this piece of work, we kind of joked when she finished, where I was like, hey, that kind of looked like a warm-up. And she's like, yeah, it actually was.
Yeah.
But you did mention that the movements are complementary.
Yeah.
But, you know, you take an athlete that, or a person that, you know, isn't well-versed on the ski and the grip on the hang clean and the grip and the ring muscle up, and this could be kind of a shit show, grip-wise. Even, you know, going from the pole to hanging on and cycling a barbell to being able to control themselves on the rings.
Yeah, well, you bring up that point that reiterates the reason why circuit's so great as the first introduction in mixed, because the coach then can modify the reps, even though those movements may counteract with one another. You know what I'm saying? So we can just back off on muscle ups or add more cleans or change load or whatever. That's the beautiful thing around it. The thing is that if people extend those reps out, you now turn it into chipper.
Yeah, so looking at, just pausing the video really quick, and then we'll have a conversation, just a quick one on, you know, her emotions when she finishes this piece, but just looking at power output over a 3-minute period, we should see a higher level of power output or speed or pace or intensity, you know, in a 3-minute piece versus a 10-minute piece, correct?
If that 3-minute is an interval of training, maybe.
Yeah.
If the 10-minute is a test, they could look the same.
Just training, just looking at
Yeah,
training.
so if it's training, most definitely. So a 10-minute interval of training is going to look slower than this.
Yeah.
So the rate that someone has for 3 minutes, as you know, is largely based upon the intention, modality, and the person, and what they're looking to do, and what you're using, and what their essence is, because that dictates what the pace is going to look like. But for people who are interested in that, if that's where you're going, the 3-minute interval is theoretically a 10 to 12 minute race pace, right?
Yep.
So whatever you can visualize is the best 12 minutes ever.
Yeah.
Watch yourself do that whole 12 minutes and say, what is my rate? And then take a 3-minute snippet of that, and that's what that should look like.
So could you put Amanda through a 12-minute AMRAP of this exact piece or a variation of this piece, reverse engineer it if you want to get better at that 12-minute AMRAP, and give her intervals of this piece at her rate, let's call it a race pace or 12-minute pace, to train to get better for that race?
Oh yeah, that's exactly how you do it.
Cool.
Yeah. And I would say as an individual thing, that is her 12-minute pace right there. Like she probably has that locked in. If this was, well, to be honest, if this was a training session on her own, she probably would have went a little too hot. But because the cameras are on and it's pre-workout, it actually sets her up for the best expression of the 3-minute interval.
Cool. Cool.
which is ironic because it actually is her best 12-minute race pace.
And you see it after, right? She finishes that piece, takes a couple breaths, and ready to get after.
Yeah. So she really could, not to extend this out for the data around it, but if she did 6 sets of that, her RPE would be really high on set 5 and 6, but she'd still sustain the same pace.
Yep.
That's another important thing to consider. Is like some other person, so let's use Tia Claire Toomey, she could do 6 sets of that at a slightly faster rate and not have as high RPE on 5 and 6.
Got it.
So it's the essence and the training and the volume that dictates how the person responds, not only the time per set, just to make a note of it for individualization for Amanda, you know.
Cool. And that was Amanda demonstrating circuit.